Hi everybody, welcome back. And it's time for another episode of Animal Crossing on Taylor Island. Today we will be working on the schoolhouse that's located inside of our indoor mall that's located in our market area. So we're just heading up towards our market area now. Hi Miss Butterfly, Mr. Butterfly. We're just going to go ahead and walk over here to our house. This is what we are turning into our indoor mall. And we're just going to go ahead. We've already done the restaurant and we've already done the jail in this house. So today we're going to work on the one-room schoolroom. So here is our blank slate room that we will be transforming into our one-room schoolhouse because our citizens do need somewhere to go and learn. So the first thing that I'm doing is just pulling up the room designer and adding everything to the room that I would love to have in here. So I'm just going to grab everything that I had already planned in this room that I already had saved and put it in here. The one thing I love, if you guys have not tried this room designer yet, I love that I'm able to put everything in, move it around without having to pick up and push as we do in other areas of the island. So I'm just grabbing everything that I think I might need. I might not need all of this. It does seem like I am getting an awful lot, doesn't it? But I promise you, most of this should fit in here. We will wait. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And I'm just finishing grabbing the last few items, except for the wall decorations. I'll do those at the end. I also want to change the wallpaper and the flooring, make it a little bit, a little more pizzazz for the room, make it unique. So first things first, every classroom has chalkboards or whiteboards, I guess more now than they do the chalkboards. So I'm just going to go ahead and just bring all my chalkboards up front. For each class, we have, our math class, it looks like, or we have our music, maybe, some science in there as well. We teach all the subjects. We want to make sure we cover it all. So I'm just bringing up my boards. So they're going to be sitting up front. I have my teacher's desk. I also have a little desk that I'm going to have on the side that's going to be used as our storage desk, I guess you could say, to keep things that we need to keep in the room. Got to move our skeletons. Because those definitely, when I saw those, I thought, okay, I either need to do like a mad scientist lab, which I still might end up doing. I haven't decided completely against that one yet, or a classroom. Or even for if you have a doctor's office, which we will have one here soon that I'm going to be showing you guys, a little, not a doctor's office, but a pet clinic that we will have on our island. That is going to be coming up here soon too, and I hope you guys come back for that. And of course, you can't have any classroom without having some books and papers. It looks like, the teacher's got her book out and some papers that she's grading. Got to have a chair for our teacher. So I had to move the skeleton down just a little, move the desk down. And I had the papers already up there, so I had to move the book again just so I could be able to grab the desk and move the desk down just a little so that way we can get the teacher's seat in there. So we're going to go ahead and put the teacher's seat where we need it, right behind the desk. Make sure that we can make it so she can sit down. And then we're going to move the desk back closer to it and move our book back onto the desk. So that way she has it where she needs it to learn. So let's go ahead and move our skeleton back out of the way. Once we get everything, all the big pieces placed, then we can figure out more of where we want it. So next thing I said, we had this little desk that we were going to use kind of as storage and extra things that we're going to use. So we have our microscope. And what class would not be complete without a class pet? So we have our little hamster guy there. And we've got, some storage for the teacher. to keep those extra papers and extra books and craft supplies. So we're just going to move those around. And then we have our students' desk that we're going to go ahead and place. Here's another little book set. And all these little items, they are more to place at the end. That way, we know exactly what we want and where we want it. So I have this other little shelf, and I'm just trying to decide where I want it. And I decide, I like the look of having two big kind of storage shelves on each side. So I'm like, that works. And then I have another little book set. These are kind of, we have the teacher's reference books and what she's going to be teaching everybody. I'm just kind of moving everything around, seeing where I want it. We have, as soon as you come into the classroom, you have the student's desk and chairs sitting there. And, of course, we got to make sure that we put some papers on there that they're working on along with the teacher. So, gotta get that homework done. We're trying to get it done so we don't have to do it over the weekend. Because I don't know about you, but I don't want to do homework on the weekend. And I know my residents don't want to do homework on the weekend either. So this is kind of what the rooms looks like once we come out of the Island Designer. And it's looking good, except for I can't get back to the desk area because I have the little bookshelf table stand too close. So I kind of had to move it down a little, which means I had to move the desk down because I want to try to make sure that when you come into this room, you definitely can get around in the room some, that you're just not coming in, looking at it, and leaving. So I moved a couple of things around just to see. I was able to get on the desk, the student's desk, quite easily. So then I was checking, make sure the teacher can get into her desk. And now I've got to figure out my teacher. And out of request, it is going to be Anna's outfit from Frozen themed. And I mean, who doesn't want a princess as a teacher? So we have her standing there behind the desk teaching us, and then we needed to add a few kids into it. And so I went to my storage and went to my clothing section, and I was looking around trying to decide, which ones look like kids' outfits? Which, some of them do, some of them don't. And so I just kind of was looking around trying to decide which one I wanted. And then adding a few into my pocket that I wanted to try. I thought I needed one boy and maybe one girl. So I went ahead and I displayed those. So I have one that's checking out, the microscope, checking out the pets. Maybe another one that's going to be working up at the board, trying to answer a question for the teacher. Or maybe she's, he or she's gotten in trouble and be like, you need to write on the board 100 times. I will not yell as a teacher, or, something silly like that. So then I thought, well, maybe she is over asking a question. Because I didn't want to put them too close. That way they're kind of spread out a little. So then I thought, well, okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll turn her around and be like, she's talking to the teacher. She's asking a question. She had a question about the homework. So she had to go up to the teacher's desk and ask that question. So that is it of our classroom. I hope everyone has really enjoyed this. You know what? Actually, it seems like there is something still missing. Let me look at this room one more time. So this is our classroom that you can see really close up. And it's looking good. I'm really enjoying it. But you know what? Then I realized I had forgotten the things on the walls. We need things on the walls. To me, it just makes the room look bare if there's nothing on the walls. So I grabbed everything that I had within in my supply, or in my, I call it my shopping cart. But I guess that's your pockets, you could say as well. I know a lot of people call it that. What do you guys call it? Comment below and let me know what you guys call it. Do you guys call it your pockets, your shopping cart? As I call it, I don't know why I call it my shopping cart, but I do like calling it that because it feels like, I don't know, I guess I have all this stuff in there and I'm shopping and then I decide I want it in the room. So, but anyhow, that's just me. We move on. So now I have a couple bulletin boards. I have my little alphabet calendar or posters that I'm placing within the room just to give it more of the classroom feel. Placing it here above the windows. Since we have such big chunky furniture items, we can't really put it too low because we have those items on there. So now I'm just going back because it still feels like there's something missing. So I'm going back through my storage just to see if there's anything else that pops out, and I realize we don't have a clock. So out of what I just have in my storage, this is the clock I had. So I went ahead and threw my clock up there, and I was just trying to position it to see if I liked it and where I liked it. And that, to me, really helped this room. I think it really pulled the whole room together, having those on the wall. I absolutely loved it. And, you know, of course, I'll keep adding and taking away as I always do. So keep checking back to see what I've done. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this one-room classroom. If you have, please remember to subscribe, hit that like button, share with your friends and family and other Animal Crossing lovers as well. And if you guys have a great island, I would love to be able to tour it here on my YouTube channel. So make sure you comment below and let me know. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.